Okay, today is Tuesday, October 9th. It's 9 o'clock p.m. As we all know, Safeway violated the contract. Okay, we all know that for a fact. There's no doubt about that. They didn't work me first, grieve later. We know that the dispatcher used his key to change the time on my logs. We know that the company time clock has no time card. And we know that they didn't pay me for December 7th, 2010, and it doesn't even show me there. And he took the time when I clocked in late on the company time clock at 11:15. How they know, how they found that out or showed or anything else without a time card, I don't know. But the fact is, if it didn't show it on December 7th, 2010, how did it show it on December 15th, 2010? I don't know, unless they made it up or put it there, but one doesn't match the other. And there's no time card. And they don't pay you for the difference of miles when they pick you up, and they don't pay you from the tractor to the time clock when the 395.15 and the interpretation says you are not to be detained from going home. But they have a company policy that you clock out on the company time clock. Now, we know all that, and we also know they have a no-fault attendance policy. And we also know I got rolled up in 2010 or at the end of 2009 for being late or missing a day, whatever. No-fault attendance policy. Now we know all that. So all this time, I'm trying to get a hearing aid, and they won't let me go to a doctor. They keep canceling it. So at the 31st, I can't get a treating physician. I've been trying since 2009 because one reason or another, it doesn't matter. This is my third request. So we'll go into court for that. And I'm going to file a request for dispute resolution before the administrative director, DWCAD 10133.55. The reason being, I received a letter on September 29, 2012. It's from Safeway. It says, Dear Mr. Zamora, attached for your review and completion is the notice of offer of regular work. DWCAD 10118. Please be advised that absent your termination from your employment based on the QME report from Dr. Pornoff, your employer is able to offer you regular work. Please call your attorney for additional questions. Well, I talked to Nicewanger, and he booted it back to workman's comp, so that's fine. They said absent from termination. I made $40,000 to $50,000 that year. So, and I worked, and I sent the payroll and the trip sheets to my attorney. And I'm going to bring the W-2 form to court, and I also have a weekly report of payroll documentation. There's a problem with this. Absent. I wasn't absent for my termination anyway. And the point I'm trying to make is your employer is able to offer you regular work. Well, I called Mike Sadler. He never returned my call. I went to the union, and they kicked it to workman's comp, so I'm assuming that they refused to return me to work or honor the notice of offer of work on 10/3/2012. Okay, now, put that in the back of your mind, what that letter said. Now I got another letter here, October 4th. Now remember what I said. I made $40,000 to $50,000 that year, but yet they said I was absent from termination. Wonderful. I'd like to see that. Anyway, I'd like to see them try to prove that I wasn't working. Anyway, long story short, I got another letter, October 4th, 2012. And then it says amended. This one is really good. You got to listen to this. Dear Mr. Zamora, enclosed is a notice of offer of regular work, DWCAD 10118. 10118, okay? Please be advised that absent your termination, here we go again, of employment on 12/16/2010. Now, if you remember on 12/7/2010, they sent me home and took my security badge. I'm not allowed on the property. Okay? And now he writes this amended letter here saying, absent your termination on 12/16/2010 from Safeway, based upon the panel qualified medical report from Dr. Pornoff, you could have returned to regular work. He said that's what Pornoff said. I could have returned to regular work. And then he said I was absent 12/16 when they filed a grievance on 12/17 that I was fired. You know what? I don't know what to say here. You got two different letters here, and I got to say, one's within a week of each other. This one here is from James, AFFOLTER, WC Claims Supervisor. That's October 4th, 2010. He sent it. And his phone number is 925-469-7397. And it's a proof of service. Okay? And now, the other one, the one on September 29, 2012, this one here is sincerely Lorna, MOLDES, Claims Examiner 2, 209-833-4805. Okay? One right after another, and they're both misleading, and I'll let the judge decide if they're lying or not, if they're trying to be misleading. Okay? They're not being honest here, okay? So now you heard what I said about the letter on October 4th. It said, Dr. Pornoff, you could have returned to regular work. Okay, well, I got a report here from Dr. Pornoff. Ronald, Portnoffed, Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon, Qualified Medical Examiner, October 15, 2010. To Safeway Incorporated, Phoenix, Arizona, date evaluation October 13, 2010, employer Safeway, date of injury March 21st, 2009, claim number 25009-25228. File number 91984-0. Okay, I'm going to just read the part what he says. And you heard what that other guy said, this guy, whoever he is, claims supervisor, you could have. Okay, you could have. And the other one said, I was absent from your termination of employment, and the employer is able to offer you regular work on, I received this on 10/3/2012, all right? Now I received this one on 10/9, and the story changes. You could have returned to regular work. Now I'm going to read you the report for Dr. Pornoff. It says objective findings, subjective findings, apportionment. I'm going to read the pre-injury capacity loss. Okay, this is what it said, and you heard what they said, could have, right? And this here, I was supposed to return to work according to the QME report on 10/13/2010. They held it up for 2 months, and I received it on December 1st, 2010. I went to work on December 3rd, 2010. I was sent home on December 7th, 2010. They took my seniority badge, and they didn't let me clock or log out. Okay? They escorted me to the gate, the shop steward. Now, we know that. We know that's true in actual fact, okay? Took my security badge, escorted me off the property. I'm not allowed to be back there. So an agreement was filed on December 7th. We won't go into that. I'm going to read this thing here so I don't get carried away. Examinee can perform most activities of daily living. He has some discomfort in the back with prolonged sitting, standing, walking, and driving his truck. Now, examinee can return to his usual and customary duties. Isn't that something? Does that sound like you could have returned to regular work? Or what's the other one say? Oh, this other one really gets me. Just a minute, I'll get it. This other one says, is able to offer you regular work, but you were absent from your termination. Yeah. I guess I was. They sent me home on December 7, 2010, huh? And I had an FMLA, right? The shop steward escorted me off the property, right? Not telling me why or what. Contract says work first, grieve later. I don't know what to say. But anyway, I got it all here, all documentation, and like I said, I asked for a request for dispute resolution before the administrative director. We're going to get this straightened out, but I don't know what to say, but I'm going to put this recording all over the world. This is really something. And they still refuse me to put me to work. Isn't that something? Huh? They refused me 3 times. Huh? Once on 12/7/2010, and the other one on October 4th, 2012, and then again on September 29, 2012. 3 times. And the administrative judge suggested that they put me to work. And they asked me how long can I work for. And they didn't do it. You could say that was 14 times they denied the notice of offer of regular work. So what are we going to do? We're going to request for a dispute resolution before the administrative director. That's what we're going to do. And then I'll give you an update later on. Okay, today is Tuesday, October 9, 9:10 p.m. And I hope everybody out there wishes me luck. This is really live.